Number 1. The death of Blue Beetle. Ted Kord, the second individual to assume the Blue Beetle identity, is a skilled inventor and combatant who operates without superhuman powers. He depends on advanced technology, martial expertise, and his airborne craft known as the Bug. During the events leading into Infinite Crisis, he investigates irregularities in Kord Industries' finances. His search reveals extensive embezzlement through shell corporations and a concealed surveillance bug in his equipment. Tracing the signal leads him to a hidden checkmate facility in the Swiss Alps. Within the fortress, he learns his identity has been listed as deceased in the organization's files. There, he confronts Maxwell Lord, a telepath and the Black King of Checkmate. Lord offers Kord a role in Checkmate's plan to control or neutralize metahumans, which Kord refuses. Lord then kills him with a gunshot to the head. The act triggers the activation of Brother Eye, the OMAC project, and the chain of events culminating in Infinite Crisis. Kord's legacy continues through his allies and the passing of the Scarab to Jamie Reyes, who succeeds him as Blue Beetle. Afterward, Ted remains inactive for an extended period before returning during the Rebirth era. He reappears alive and serves as Jamie Reyes' mentor and advisor. He resumes leadership of Kord Industries and assists in analyzing the alien Scarab that empowers the Blue Beetle mantle. His restoration to life marks his re-establishment as an active figure in modern continuity. Number 2. The death of Jason Todd. Jason Todd is the second person to serve as Robin, the partner and trainee of Batman in Gotham City. He replaces the original Robin after his predecessor steps away from the role. During the events of A Death in the Family, the Joker abducts Jason and subjects him to a violent assault using a crowbar. The Joker then traps him inside a warehouse wired with explosives and leaves him to die. Batman arrives moments too late, unable to prevent the explosion that kills Jason. The tragedy deeply affects Batman, leading him to suspend the Robin mantle temporarily. Jason's death stands as a pivotal moment within Batman's history, influencing the evolution of his allies and successors. Years later, Jason reappears alive in the events of Under the Hood. His resurrection results from disruptions in reality caused by Superboy Prime, whose actions generate temporal disturbances that restore Jason to life. Talia al Ghul discovers his body, submerges it in the Lazarus Pit, and facilitates his revival. Upon returning, Jason abandons the Robin persona and adopts the identity of Red Hood. He operates independently, confronting criminal networks and opposing Batman's strict moral code. His reemergence transforms him into a complex anti-hero, permanently redefining his place within Gotham's vigilante hierarchy. Number 3. The death of Aquaman. Arthur Curry, known as Aquaman, is the half-human and half-Atlantean ruler of Atlantis, who commands marine life and possesses immense strength and aquatic adaptation. His apparent death occurs following the events of Infinite Crisis, when he disappears and is presumed dead. During this period, a new figure, Arthur Joseph Curry, assumes the mantle, reinforcing the belief that the original Aquaman has perished. Among Atlanteans, Arthur's disappearance is officially treated as death. During Blackest Night, Arthur's corpse is reanimated by a Black Lantern ring, placing him among the ranks of the undead. As the conflict escalates, he becomes one of 12 individuals resurrected by the cosmic white entity, the embodiment of life in the emotional spectrum. This resurrection occurs at the conclusion of Blackest Night, fully restoring him to life. In the subsequent Brightest Day storyline, Arthur resumes his role as Aquaman and faces renewed challenges in reclaiming his place among heroes and within Atlantis. Number 4. The death of Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred Pennyworth serves as Bruce Wayne's trusted butler, guardian, and operational ally in Gotham City. His death occurs during the City of Bane's storyline, when Bane seizes control of the city and uses Alfred as a hostage. As the conflict escalates, Alfred is executed by Bane, kills him by breaking his neck. The act takes place while Alfred is held captive within Wayne Manor under enemy control. Before this event, Alfred had long coordinated the Batcave, provided medical and tactical assistance, and supported every member of the Bat family. His influence extended beyond logistics, offering moral guidance to Bruce and his allies throughout their crusade. During City of Bane, Bane and an alternate version of Thomas Wayne consolidate power in Gotham, forcing the Bat family into retreat. Alfred secretly activates a contingency signal to aid Bruce's counterattack, but his death occurs before the plan can succeed. His loss devastates the team, leaving them without their emotional and organizational anchor. Number 5. The death of Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan serves as the foremost human member of the Green Lantern Corps, an interstellar peacekeeping organization empowered by energy rings fueled by willpower. His downfall begins during Emerald Twilight, after the destruction of Coast City drives him to madness. Overcome by grief, Hal attacks the Green Lantern Corps, kills Sinestro and several Guardians, and drains the central power battery on Oa. He adopts the name Parallax and becomes a cosmic-level adversary. As Parallax, he remains active as an antagonist until the final night, when the Sun Eater later extinguishes Earth's sun. Seeking redemption, Hal sacrifices himself by channeling his energy into the dying star, reigniting it and saving the planet. This act results in his apparent death, marking his canonical demise. Following his sacrifice, Hal's soul bonds with the Spectre, the divine spirit of vengeance, beginning his existence as a supernatural entity. Years later, Green Lantern Rebirth reveals that Parallax was a parasitic embodiment of fear that had possessed Hal rather than his own corruption. Freed from the Spectre's influence and the parasite's control, Hal is physically restored to life. He resumes his duties as Green Lantern, reclaiming his ring and position within the Corps. His arc, from fall, death, and redemption to resurrection, cements his role as one of DC's central figures of atonement and renewal. Number 6. The death of Supergirl. Kara Zor-El, the Kryptonian cousin of Superman, possesses immense strength, flight, and energy projection abilities derived from Earth's yellow sun. Her canonical death occurs during Crisis on Infinite Earths, when the Anti-Monitor launches a multiversal assault threatening all surviving worlds. In the conflict, Kara attacks the Anti-Monitor's machinery to prevent the annihilation of the remaining universes. She succeeds in destroying the device, but is mortally wounded during the battle. In her final moments, she dies in Superman's arms, ensuring the survival of multiple Earths. This sacrifice marks one of the central turning points of the event and confirms her death as permanent in post-crisis continuity. After the universe is reconstructed, continuity is rewritten so that Superman stands as the sole Kryptonian survivor, effectively erasing Kara's presence. Decades later, the events surrounding Infinite Crisis and subsequent restorations of continuity reintroduce her into the primary timeline. In this restored form, she reintegrates into modern continuity as the canonical Kara Zor-El. Her original death in Crisis on Infinite Earths remains a key historical event. Number 7. The death of Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord is a metahuman and influential strategist who operates within political and superhero circles, often connected to the Justice League International and the organization Checkmate. His abilities allow him to impose mental control over others, making him a dangerous manipulator within the metahuman community. During the events leading to Infinite Crisis, Lord uses his powers to seize control of Superman's mind, forcing the hero to attack his allies. Wonder Woman intervenes, confronting him while restrained by her lasso of truth. Under its influence, Lord admits that the only way to free Superman is through his own death. Acting on that truth, Wonder Woman kills him, ending his immediate threat. The moment is broadcast globally through the Brother Eye satellite network, causing widespread controversy and political consequences for Wonder Woman. Lord's body is subsequently entombed beneath the Hall of Justice, marking his confirmed death in continuity. Years later, he is resurrected during Brightest Day, chosen by the White Lantern entity as one of 12 beings restored to life. After his return, he resumes his activities as a manipulator, using his mental powers to erase public memory of his existence and influence world events. Number 8. The death of Superman. Superman, also known as Clark Kent and Kal-El, is the Kryptonian protector of Earth who draws his extraordinary powers from its yellow sun. His canonical death occurs in the death of Superman when he confronts the monstrous being known as Doomsday. The battle devastates Metropolis, culminating in both combatants striking fatal blows that leave them lifeless in the streets. His body is then recovered, and global mourning follows in the storyline Funeral for a Friend. The world grieves the loss of its greatest hero as the city of Metropolis memorializes his sacrifice. Subsequently, Reign of the Supermen introduces 4 new figures claiming Superman's legacy: the last son of Krypton, Superboy, Steel, and Cyborg Superman. These successors embody different aspects of his persona and fill the void left by his death. Over the course of the story, it is revealed that the true Superman had entered a healing stasis within the Fortress of Solitude. Eventually, he fully recovers, reclaiming his powers and title as Earth's protector. Number 9. The death of Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne, the biological son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, is trained from birth by the League of Assassins and later becomes the latest bearer of the Robin mantle. As Robin, he combines advanced combat ability, tactical intellect, and the discipline of both of his parents' legacies. His canonical death takes place in Batman Incorporated when the organization Leviathan launches an assault on Wayne Tower. During the battle, Damian dons an exosuit to defend the building alongside Batman's allies. He is confronted by the Heretic, an adult clone created from his own DNA. In the ensuing fight, the Heretic impales Damian through the chest with a sword, killing him instantly. Batman arrives moments later and holds his son's lifeless body, marking one of the darkest moments in his history. Following the tragedy, Damian is buried, though his grandfather Ra's al Ghul later steals the body to further his own plans for resurrection. Batman ultimately pursues Ra's and journeys to Apokolips. There, he retrieves Damian's remains and uses the Chaos Shard, a powerful Apocalyptian energy source, to restore him to life. Upon revival, Damian resumes his role as Robin and rejoins his father in protecting Gotham. Number 10. The death of Wonder Woman. Diana of Themyscira, the Amazon princess known as Wonder Woman, serves as a warrior and emissary of peace, who wields divine power and unmatched combat skill. Her canonical death occurs during the events of Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 124, when the demon lord Neron captures her along with several other heroes. Within his infernal realm, Neron unleashes a final attack that kills Diana, marking her apparent end. The following developments in Wonder Woman Volume 2, number 127, describe her death being confirmed after a failed attempt to restore her consciousness. In response, her mother, Queen Hippolyta, prays to the goddess Hera for intervention. Hera answers the plea, resurrecting Diana and transforming her into the goddess of truth on Olympus. While residing among the gods, Diana continues to watch over Earth before ultimately relinquishing her divine station. Choosing mortality once more, she returns to her role as Wonder Woman and resumes her mission in the mortal world. Number 11. The death of Martian Manhunter. John Jones, known as the Martian Manhunter, is a powerful telepathic alien hero from Mars and a founding member of the Justice League. He possesses abilities such as shape-shifting, invisibility, flight, and immense psychic strength, making him one of DC's most formidable heroes. His canonical death takes place in Final Crisis when the villain Libra, leading the secret society of supervillains, orchestrates his murder. During the ambush, John is impaled with a spear-like weapon and dies after sending a telepathic farewell to his Justice League teammates. His death shocks the superhero community, as he had long served as both a warrior and a moral center for the League. In Final Crisis, Requiem number 1, DC Comics devoted a full issue to his memorial, showing heroes from across the world mourning his loss and celebrating his heroism. John's resurrection occurs later in Blackest Night, where he is reanimated as a Black Lantern, an undead version of himself controlled by a dark power. However, by Blackest Night number 8, John is fully restored to true life. He resumes his place among Earth's heroes in the following Brightest Day, once again fighting for justice. Number 12. The death of Superboy. Superboy, Kal-El, is a human Kryptonian hybrid clone created from Superman's DNA, possessing enhanced strength, speed, and tactile telekinesis. His canonical death occurs during Infinite Crisis when he faces Superboy Prime, a version of himself from another universe with near-limitless power. In Infinite Crisis number 6 to 7, their battle atop Alexander Luthor Jr.'s tower results in a catastrophic explosion and the collapse of part of the multiverse structure. Superboy is mortally wounded in the confrontation and dies. Superboy is resurrected during Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds, when the Legion of Superheroes from multiple timelines employs a Kryptonian healing chrysalis combined with a strand of DNA from Lex Luthor to restore him. Fully revived, he rejoins the battle against Superboy Prime, continuing his heroic duties. Superboy's sacrifice and subsequent return reinforce his lasting significance as a legacy hero alongside Superman. Number 13. The death of Green Arrow. Oliver Queen, known as Green Arrow, is a vigilante hero from Star City who relies on expert archery, martial skills, and specialized trick arrows. His canonical death occurs when a plane loaded with explosives threatens Metropolis. To prevent mass casualties, Oliver remains aboard the aircraft, ignites the bomb, and allows the plane to crash. His self-sacrifice successfully saves the city, but results in his apparent death. Subsequent issues acknowledge his absence and honor his heroism through memorials and the reactions of allies. Oliver is later resurrected in the Quiver storyline, where his body is restored with assistance linked to Hal Jordan. Following his revival, he resumes his role as the Emerald Archer, reclaiming his duties as Star City's protector. Oliver's story reinforces his enduring status as a key hero in the DC universe. Number 14. The death of Batman. Bruce Wayne, the vigilante known as Batman, relies on intellect, detective skills, and peak physical training to protect Gotham City. His canonical apparent death occurs in Final Crisis when he fires a Radion bullet at Darkseid and is struck by Darkseid's Omega Sanction. Bruce is presumed dead after his body is recovered by Superman, and both the Justice League and the wider world treat him as deceased. Memorials and tributes acknowledge his sacrifice, and Gotham adapts to the absence of its primary protector. Bruce's return is detailed in the 6-issue miniseries Batman, The Return of Bruce Wayne, in which it is revealed that the Omega Sanction displaced him through time. He survives across multiple historical eras, gradually regaining his memories, skills, and identity. By the conclusion of the series, Bruce re-emerges in modern Gotham City and reclaims his role as Batman. Number 15. The death of the Flash. Barry Allen, the Flash of Central City, is a speedster who channels the Speed Force to combat crime and protect the multiverse. His canonical death occurs during Crisis on Infinite Earths, when he attempts to stop the Anti-Monitor's antimatter cannon. Using his super speed, Barry redirects the cannon's blast, but cannot survive the immense energy, disappearing in a lightning storm and leaving only his costume behind. He is presumed dead, and his loss is mourned across the hero community and the world. Barry's return begins in Final Crisis number 2, where he reappears to fellow fellow speedsters, including Wally West and Jay Garrick after leaving the Speed Force. His full resurrection is detailed in The Flash. Rebirth, which restores his life, reconnects him to the Speed Force, and re-establishes him as the Flash in the main continuity. Following these events, Barry resumes his role as Central City's protector and active hero in the DC universe.